Recently, I went back to an amazing speaking conference, Spark Women's Leadership Conference, that I have spoken at a couple of times. And those folks, they know that I'm a recognition expert and that my brand is Frog, forever recognize others' greatness. So you can probably imagine their surprise that the title of my new keynote is Flipside of Failing. I had a few folks reach out to me and say, Sarah, have you completely changed what you're talking about? Is this not your focus anymore? And here's the fabulous thing that I couldn't wait to share with them, that it is actually through our failures that we can best leverage and harness our greatness. And you know, this was not a lesson that I thought I was ever going to learn, but it was through the pursuit of writing my next book. My fourth book is called Flipside of Failing: How to Leverage and Recognize Greatness in Work and Life. See, what I learned on this journey is that when I went to interview these amazing Canadians, Everest climbers, 3M scholars, philanthropists, including also people who weren't necessarily famous, but they had done incredible things. They'd been born into really challenging emotional or abusive or even physically taxing circumstances, and they elevated to achieve incredible things. In other words, these were the people I put on a pedestal for greatness. And I thought when I went back to Spark and other conferences to speak for the next time, I just have new insights on greatness. But what fascinated me was it was actually how they handled their failures, which, by the way, is how they handle everything in life, was truly the root to their greatness. You see, they don't get down about failure the way so many of us do. So what I was so excited to share with those folks is that failure is actually one of the greatest ways to build truly meaningful connection. I mean, think about authentically connecting on the things that didn't work well. Do you not bond and connect with those people better than people who always seem like they have that picture perfect whitewashed lifestyle? We don't even really get those people. And not only that, we get into compare-itis. We think, what's wrong with us? They're so great. I can't measure up. And then we get down about ourselves. Not only that, it activates our shame centers. As we've learned from Brené Brown and other researchers that have been really helping us understand trust and shame and vulnerability and courage and bravery, that it is actually not necessarily through our successes that we find our greatness. It is actually by leaning into the things that are most challenging, and that's our vulnerabilities, our shame, and our challenges. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is consider, in fact, that there can be a flip side. In fact, in the very next vlog next week, I'm going to share with you what flip stands for. But in the meantime, if you have been beating yourself up, if you have a workplace where people shame and blame folks if they learn that something's not working well, or even worse yet, you look around at your life and you think, what is wrong with this picture? Please believe me when I say that is not what people who live into their greatness do. They actually lean into their failures. Your failure is your humanity. Your failure is what will allow you to connect with people. And when you look at the people who've inspired you most in your life, your mentors, your supporters, your caregivers, it is probably the people that have overcome a challenge and you think, wow, if they can do it, so can I. Imagine if you were authentically sharing of that challenge, that failure. Imagine what that could do for other people. My name's Sarah McVanel, and this is Your Greatness Magnified.